What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. So I am working on the update of Skyrim Shrouded Secret. And in doing that, I figured, why not kill two birds with one stone? So I'm creating scenes right now. So this is going to be a little more advanced scene from the beginner's one I did. So what this one is going to do is how a scene initiates itself with a follower you have. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, if you need to know, you obviously for a scene to work, you have to have a quest running. I've already done that in the beginner course to show you how to do all of that stuff. In this, we're going to create a scene between Vex and Gleese, the follower I put into this mod. So make sure you have the alias. So all your scenes are going to go through an alias. I'm going to bring up Vex so you can see. Remember, always reserved, optional, allow reuse in quests. Vex is the name, unique actor. Use whatever actors you want to follow this. This is going to be pretty quick because I'm working on an update, but I figured I'd walk you through one of them as I do it. So we got to create a new scene. We're going to call this Scene Vex. We'll save that there. Now we're going to open it here. Now the first one I want to speak when the scene starts is Gellis. So then after that, then we'll want Vex. So Gellis on top, Vex on bottom. Add phase to end. First thing we're going to add here to Gellis is a package, and only to Gellis, because I want in this scene Vex to sandbox if she's going to move, and if she does start moving during the scene, Gellis will follow her. So we'll call this SSS. We'll call it the Vex package, even though it's because it's going to go for Gellis. So okay, we're going to go travel here. We want to go to reference alias. We want it to point to Vex. We're going to go 250 though. We're going to leave it a little farther away so they're kind of like speaking across the room a little more. Now the other thing I want to show you in here, you don't really need flags and stuff, but we will look at idols. So if you want to hit this and this, you can actually choose random idol, run in sequence, and choose 3 or 4 different idols while this thing goes. I don't really use that all that often. When I do, I will upload a video on how to do it. But we're going to remove that. That package is done here. So now we're going to add phase to end. Gellis is going to be the first one speaking, like I had mentioned. Her dialogue is here. We're going to go into here, add the new dialogue. Now what I did while I'm doing this was create this so I can just copy and paste it in. If I'm lucky, I'll be doing you, Vex. Now you'll understand why she says that with the starting line of the scene when this is finished. So here, then we got to put your condition in, get his ID. Then we're going to add Gellis into this. So this is just really for, even though she's already the alias, it's easier when adding the voice files because you don't have to search through a list of different voice files. It'll just show hers. So there we go. This one is all set here. Now we're going to go to the next stage of the scene, or the next phase. In this one, we're going to add dialogue for Vex. So coming in here, we're going to go back to our... where did I start with the Vex? Right here. I'll save my luck to lift a coin purse or two. In reference to, if I'm lucky, I'll be doing you. So it'll make more sense when the thing plays out. There we go. And now we got to do the same thing. Get his ID. And we're going to add Vex into this one. There we go. And then while I'm here, I'm actually going to copy this condition. That way I can just paste it the next Vex one I do, and then I'll do the same thing at the end with Gleese. So add a phase to the end in reply to what she just said. Here's going to be another dialogue. I'm going to bring this back up. You can lift my coin purse and drag it across your face. Okay, just in case you didn't know, Skyrim Shrouded Secret is a nasty Fuda mod, which I love. I'm not into the Fuda thing, but I started making it when I see that nobody really made one for anybody, and I've had an absolute blast because it's all original. I mean, there's a ton of content. And we're going to close this down. That is for Gellis, so we're not going to put the condition back in yet. You'll see why. Add phase to the end. We're going to go back to Vex. New action. Dialogue. Bring that back up here. Now we're going to go back to here. She's going to reply to the coin purse thing and say, did you just refer to your balls as a coin purse? I don't know. It makes me laugh. So now we're going to add another one, which is going to be, you're a fucking pig, Gillis. Here. And you know what? Yeah, we can add that in. So you're a fucking pig, Gillis, and now we can copy and paste the condition because we're on to Vexes. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to add, so this is speaker. While you're doing something, your listener and speaker can be doing something. The speaker would be Vex. So if I wanted to add an idle into here, the point close one will make her point her finger when she says that. So she'll point her and say, you're a fucking pig, Gillis. So that's something you can play with along with everything else. That's something that's very basic. You can learn that anywhere. So the final phase is going to be phase 6. We're going to add that in. And that's going to be Gillis finishing up the conversation. With this here, we're going to go new. She's going to reply back with, and you're a fucking tease, Vex. Paste. Go down here. New. Maybe taking a dick in your mouth now and then would wash out that bitchy attitude. So here we go. Basically, the scene is done, except for one other thing that we're going to do, well, two other things actually. So one thing, I'm going to go back to here, and just like we copied the condition for Vex, now we're going to copy her condition. So we're going to have to wait for it to load up every time. And we're going to put it in all the other pieces of dialogue. We actually got two other things to do after this, which I should have done ahead of time, right? And you'll see here in a second. So there's all that. Now we're going to go back to here. While we're coming out of it, face target, Vex. I should have done this while I was doing it, but I'm kind of just face target, Gillis. And do this for each one of them. Any one of, and you can change it if you had wanted them to turn and look at you. You can just hit head track player, which I showed that in the beginner one. So if you're lost and not sure how to start the quest and everything else, because there's still a little bit more we can do, you need to start with the beginner one to figure that out. That way you have, or if you know how to start it with console commands, you can do that as well. But I showed you how to start it with a quest. And so if you want to upload something, you can make it work. I will be uploading some tutorials after this update is finished. That will work on the properties and scripting and stuff like that. There we go. And then we got to go open this up. We got to go this to phase 6 to the end of it because I want her to follow her around. And there we go. Now your scene is actually done. Okay? And then we're going to close that here. No, we're not. We're actually going to go to Miscellaneous. So this is how you start a quest without having to do anything yourself. We cancel that. So what I did was I set idles. So in this, if you hit new topic, I think idles is already taken, so you can't do it. You can see all this different stuff. So notice corpse, they'll only be saying when they walk upon a corpse. Time to go means you're leaving with a follower. Goodbyes when you say goodbye. Hellos is hellos. I want mine for you choose the idle option, which is already gone because I'm already using it. So in here, we're going to create a new one. And that is where this starts with, what are you doing here? Paste, put a question mark in there. Now, we're going to add a couple of conditions to this. And I want to put a goodbye on it. Because we're going to add a script to this to start the scene. So get his ID is going to be Vex. And it doesn't matter if we actually probably can get away with putting two conditions in here. And then this one is going to be get in faction. So this is probably a condition you might not have seen before. It's going to be get in faction. Then you're going to want current follower faction. You want to leave that as 1. Now we're going to change this to quest alias. Now the quest alias we want is Gellis. So this miscellaneous dialogue will only show up if Gellis is your follower. That's what that does. Okay? Actor, get in faction, current follower faction, Gellis. So there you go with that. And then I want to only say it once because I don't want it. It's not really a repeating thing. I guess you could, if you want to do every 24 hours, you could do this here. And now here, we're going to put a semicolon, and we'll just put scene. Compile it. We'll do this over here and rename it. Vaccine. Script. We got to close this out. So we can add the properties in. Might as well save while we're out here. Now open this back up. There's another thing I'm going to show you in the miscellaneous dialogue. So a lot of people try to get their over here. They'll add 70 for priority, thinking this puts everything in the quest in priority. It doesn't. That's just what it is in the list when you look at your list of active quests. So what we're going to do over here. Whoops, sorry, wrong one. We're going to go to miscellaneous, and to make this take effect, we have this here. So you can put this at 70 or 80 or wherever you want to put it. But if you want a higher priority over other miscellaneous dialogue, you put this higher. So I'll put this at 80 for this. And so we're going to go back into what are you doing here? We're going to go finish this up. The reason I put goodbye is I want this to play once. Now that the scene here is, we're going to edit properties. Now, again, we've talked about properties real quick. I will do a quest on more in depth on just properties alone. But you want to look for what you're trying to start. So we're going to start a scene. With that scene, we'll call it Vex. Very simple. This is just the property name. So Vex in a script is going to equal that scene we created. The scene Vex is the one we used. So here we go. And then now that we have that, now we come over here and we type Vex, period, start, and close it. Now what this is going to do is when she says that dialogue, what are you doing here? This is going to start the scene, and that's when Gellis, in her disgusting words, will say, if I'm lucky, doing you, and this will start the whole scene. All right, guys, I'm going to go into the game so you can see how this works, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, guys, we're here. Let's go in and see what happens.
What are you doing here?
If I'm lucky, I'll be doing you Vex.
I'd rather save my luck to lift a coin purse or two.
You can lift my coin purse and drag it across your face.
Did you just refer to your balls as a coin purse? You're a fucking pig, Gellis.
And you're a fucking piece, Vex. Maybe taking a dig in your mouth now and
Just
then
got
will
lucky
wash
is
out
all.
that
Bumped
bitchy
into
attitude.
someone who knew someone.
And there you go,
else.
guys. You can see how it works. There's different conditions you can add to make it happen differently. I want it to happen more like a real conversation, like someone approaches someone else, they don't wait till they get face to face, and she goes over and talks to Vex. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys. Add your own twist to it so you can add more conditions and different things can happen. I hope you guys have a good day.